Why do some women instantly read as classy the moment they walk into a room, while others, dressed just as expensively, don't? It's not the price tag. It's not the brand. It's something quieter than that. Today, we're breaking down 10 subtle things, small, almost invisible choices that instantly make a woman look classy. Not loud, not flashy, just undeniably elegant. Stay with me until the end, because number 7 is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most powerful one on this list. Let's begin. Number 1, she never rushes her movements. Watch how a classy woman walks into a room. She doesn't hurry. She doesn't fumble with her bag or scramble for her phone. Every movement has a small, deliberate pause built into it. This isn't about being slow. It's about not looking frantic. Think about the difference between someone who yanks open a door and someone who opens it with quiet control. Same door, same action, completely different impression. Rushed movement signals anxiety, even when you're not anxious. Calm, unhurried movement signals confidence, the kind that says, I don't need to prove anything to this room. Next time you walk into a meeting, a restaurant, a party, slow your pace by just 10%. Let your shoulders stay relaxed. Let your hands move with intention instead of urgency. That alone changes how people read you before you've said a single word. Number 2, her clothes actually fit. Here's a fact that surprises people. Expensive clothes on a body they don't fit look worse than affordable clothes that are tailored perfectly. Fit is the entire secret of the old money aesthetic. Not logos, not price, fit. A blazer that sits perfectly on the shoulder, trousers that break exactly at the right point on the shoe, a dress that skims the body instead of clinging or drowning it. Classy women understand something most people miss. Tailoring is not a luxury, it's a foundation. A $10 thrifted blouse, tailored to fit, will always look more elegant than a designer piece bought in the wrong size and left as is. So before you buy anything new, ask yourself one question. Does this fit my body exactly as it is right now? Not will it fit after? Not close enough? Exactly. That single habit, checking fit before checking price, is one of the fastest ways to look expensive on any budget. Number 3. She keeps her hands quiet. This one is subtle, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Classy women don't fidget. They don't touch their hair every few seconds. They don't tap their nails on the table or click their pens. Their hands rest on their lap, around a cup, folded gently, and they stay still. Fidgeting hands broadcast nervous energy. Still hands broadcast self-possession. This doesn't mean freezing up or looking stiff. It means noticing your habits. Next time you're in conversation, pay attention to what your hands are doing. Are they moving because you need them to, or because you're nervous and don't know it? Practice keeping them at rest. It sounds small, but stillness reads as control, and control reads as class. Number 4. Her voice doesn't compete for attention. Have you ever noticed that the most magnetic people in a room are often not the loudest? A classy woman speaks at a measured volume. She doesn't raise her voice to be heard over others. She doesn't rush her sentences to get her point in before someone interrupts. She trusts that what she says has weight, so she says it once, clearly, and lets it land. This is a form of quiet confidence that can't be faked with volume. In fact, the louder someone tries to be, the more it can read as insecurity, like they're compensating for something. Next time you're in a group conversation, try this. Speak slightly slower than feels natural, and slightly quieter. Watch how people lean in instead of tuning out. That shift from competing to commanding is one of the most attractive things a woman can do. Number 5, she chooses fewer, better pieces. Old money style was never about having a closet full of things. It was always about having a closet full of the right things. A classy woman might wear the same cashmere sweater 3 times in 1 week, and no one notices because it's well made, well cared for, and well styled, differently each time. What she avoids is the trap of buying 10 trendy pieces that all look slightly cheap, slightly disposable. This is the psychology behind capsule wardrobes. Fewer decisions, fewer regrets. Every piece works with every other piece, so getting dressed becomes simple instead of chaotic. If your closet feels overwhelming and you still feel like you have nothing to wear, that's usually a sign of too many mediocre pieces and not enough foundational ones. Start replacing quantity with intention. A great trench coat, a well-fitted blazer, quality leather shoes, these outlast 50 fast fashion pieces, both in wear and in impression.
Number 6, her grooming is consistent, not occasional. Here's something people underestimate. Grooming habits speak louder than outfits. Classy women don't reserve their best grooming for big events. Their nails are kept, even if unpolished. Their skin is cared for, even without makeup. Their eyebrows are shaped, their hair is healthy, not just styled for the day, but maintained over time. This consistency is what makes someone look put together, even in the simplest outfit. Jeans and a white shirt can look effortlessly elegant if everything else about the person feels cared for. It's not about being high maintenance, it's about small routines. A skincare habit, a regular trim, clean and filed nails. These are the invisible details that cumulatively create the impression of someone who takes care of herself, and by extension, someone worth taking seriously.
Number 7, she knows when to say nothing. This is the one most people miss completely. Classy women don't feel the need to fill every silence. They don't over-explain themselves. They don't rush to defend every decision or comment on every opinion in the room. Silence, used well, is a form of power. It says, I don't need your approval to feel secure in what I just said or did. Think about the difference between someone who, after being complimented, says a simple thank you, versus someone who deflects with 5 sentences of self-deprecation. The first response holds quiet confidence. The second, even if unintentional, gives away power. This applies to conflict too. A classy woman doesn't need the last word. She can let a disagreement rest without escalating it, without needing to be right in the moment. That restraint, knowing when to simply not respond, is one of the most underrated markers of emotional elegance.
Number 8, her accessories are intentional, not excessive. There's a quiet rule that old money style follows almost religiously. Less, but better. A classy woman doesn't stack 10 accessories to look put together. She might wear one delicate necklace, a watch with history or meaning, earrings that complement rather than compete with her outfit. The goal isn't to hide the fact that she's wearing something nice. It's to let each piece breathe, to let it actually be noticed instead of getting lost in a pile of others. Overloading an outfit with accessories often reads as trying too hard. A single, well-chosen piece reads as taste. If you're getting dressed and unsure whether to add just one more thing, that instinct is usually the sign to stop.
Number 9, she adjusts her energy to the room. This is less about appearance and more about awareness, but it shows up visually too. A classy woman reads a room before she acts in it. She doesn't bring the same loud, high-energy version of herself to a quiet dinner that she might bring to a celebration with friends. This isn't about suppressing her personality. It's about emotional intelligence, understanding that elegance includes context. You'll notice this in how she dresses for occasions too. She doesn't show up underdressed out of laziness or overdressed out of a need to be seen. She calibrates. And that calibration, more than any single outfit choice, is what makes her presence feel effortless wherever she goes.
Number 10, she treats everyone with the same respect.
This is the final one, and in many ways the most important. You can tell everything about a person's character by watching how they treat someone who can do nothing for them. A waiter, a cashier, an assistant. Classy women are consistent. Their warmth doesn't change based on who's watching or who holds status in the room. This consistency is what separates true elegance from performance. Because manners that only appear in front of the right people aren't manners at all. They're strategy. Genuine respect, offered quietly and without an audience, is one of the clearest signs of real class. It can't be bought, borrowed, or faked for long. Eventually, it always shows.
Closing. So here they are, 10 subtle things that instantly make a woman look classy. Notice how none of them require a shopping list. None of them require a certain income. What they require is attention to your movements, your voice, your habits, your energy, and how you treat the people around you. Classy isn't a look you put on for special occasions. It's a series of small, consistent choices, repeated so often they stop feeling like effort and start feeling like who you are. Which one of these resonated with you the most? Was it the fit of your clothes, the stillness of your hands, or the power of knowing when to say nothing? If this helped you see elegance a little differently, subscribe for more videos like this one, because we're just getting started, and there's so much more quiet confidence still to uncover together.